We just saw the div tag in order to break up the page into divisions. What if I need to style a little piece of text that's in line? So for example, I want to do something like this. Looks like every piece, one of these items is a vocabulary word. So say I want those vocabulary words to look like something. I can't think of how else to do it right now, so I'm just going to put a strong around them. And I'll go through and I'll find some other places where the same vocabulary word occurs, and I'll put a strong in there. I'm just going to do a couple because we're going to change this tag in a minute. So I'm going to save and I'm going to refresh. And this is what it looks like. So my strong tag is an inline tag, so it's just affecting this word that's inside the strong tags, and it's making them bold. But say later on, I don't necessarily want it to be strong. I just want to call it out as a vocabulary word. So, and then I want to have some control over how I style it. So say some things in this page actually strong is appropriate. I really do want it to be strong text. But in this case, I don't really care if it's bold or strong. I just want to label it somehow. This is what span is for. So instead of saying strong and being kind of now in the land where I'm talking about bolded text by default, I just want to label this for later as something interesting so that I can call it something. What does it look like? Nothing. Same as div. The span tag is invisible. So there is a span tag around this and around this, but you can't see it. The only way I could see it is if I styled it to look different than the normal text. So let me do that. Here's my default span rule. And let's say that this is a different color. I forget what our colors were. Let's call it that same red, B51E3D, and we'll make it bold. Okay. That's what it looks like now. So this means that this is just a span. It's not necessarily bold. It's a way to make a container around this little word or group of words and then style it however you want. Cool. So that means every time that I want to do this, I can put a span tag around it. Let me do a couple more. Caterpillar seems to be another vocabulary word, so let me put a span around that. Larva might be a vocabulary word. I put a span around that, for example. And then if I save and refresh, I can start seeing this taking shape. So this means that later I decide I want this to look like something different. I go and I edit the span rule in the CSS file, and it just looks like something different. All of them will change at once. Pretty convenient. And because span is an inline tag, it doesn't make a carriage return happen. It just styles inline. We'll get this going with a little bit more finesse in the next video.